Hey there, I'm Gwendolyn Burton Staples, Quench's Customer Experience Ambassador. On this episode of Water Cooler Talk, I'm sitting down with a special guest to talk about everyone's favorite drink, coffee, of course. Together, we'll discuss the benefits of providing office coffee to employees and dive into must have break room supplies. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation.
You are the guy to talk to about all things coffee.
That's
Um,
right.
and I love coffee. I just brewed me a nice cup of Nespresso and my nice foam on top, so I'm ready.
I love it.
And it's funny thing about it, we had our meeting in office this week, and I purposely went into the office, into the break room to kind of see what was the coffee talk all about. And lo and behold, of course, where's the line? It's always at the coffee machines. Always,
Yep.
right? Do you agree?
Well, we had that new cure. We have a Keurig in here too, because you're down in Texas, right, Gwendolyn?
Right, grapevine. Yep, that's right.
Up here we have a new Keurig that does like powders in it, so you can do like lattes and stuff with K cups. And so of course that got a lot of attention. And then of
Right.
course the Nespresso always gets attention. I mean, I come into the office every day, and so I drink an espresso or two a day is what it comes down to.
No, no, I agree. And I'm typically a cold coffee person, so I brought my cup and then I fill it up, of course, with our Quench chewable ice, and then I added my coffee and my creamer, and it was perfect. I could have stopped at Starbucks, but when your job provides that in the break rooms, it's like, wow, I'm gonna save me $6, $7, $8, right?
That's so funny because between the months of probably April and October, that's exactly what I drink cold coffee all the time. And I do exactly what you do. I fill up my cup with the chewable ice from the follow machines, and then I
Hmm.
make my coffee there. And I don't know if it's because I don't know, it's just more refreshing, and I feel like I'm thirsty in the morning, and so I feel like I can drink it a little faster that way. But
Me
yeah.
too. Me too. And the only reason why I have hot coffee is because the temperature dropped here overnight. So it's about 39 here, and which is crazy for Texas. But I was like,
Yep.
oh, I need a little warm in my life this morning. Well, I'm gonna get started, and and it shows you coffee will make you chit chat, and you're in the break room chit chatting over your coffee. So it just shows you how important coffee is to the break room and all the other, great essentials. But with further ado, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. So my name is Derek Longo, and I am the director of uh, con- the director of customer portal and consumables, um, which means that I'm in charge of coffee, bevy, and basically just about anything else that customers want to buy. I've
Right.
been with the company for 14. It'll be 14 years in March, and
Amazing.
yeah, during that time, I started off as a collections agent, and then I was a customer service agent. Then helped kind of form the customer service team with some of the people who are still with the company today, like Denise Paranisi and Diana Dempsey. And we tried a couple different iterations of customer care until we finally got it figured out a little bit. From there, then I moved on to the marketing team to be a product marketing manager, which then got absorbed actually into supply chain. So I was a product manager in the supply chain division for a while, and then went into the director of supply chain, um, and then eventually got to where I am now, which is head of coffee and consumables, essentially. Um, and
Amazing timeline. Amazing.
Yeah, well, one of the things that set me up for the coffee was when I was the senior product manager. We had purchased a company called Mackey, and they had a coffee division, and I got sent out to learn about their coffee brewers because Quench hadn't really done a whole lot of coffee brewers before, and so I went out and talked to the old owner, and he taught me a lot about coffee, is what it came down to, and so that gave me a little bit of a nice education and introduction into coffee back then. And then, with the merge of Water Logic and Quench, we each had a coffee division in our companies. but they weren't big. But putting them together, they then became big enough that, hey, it was let's put some eyes on this. Let's get some movement on this. Let's have Quench start to become more of a break room solution as opposed to just water or ice or sparkling. And coffee is definitely one of those things that you need in the break room.
Exactly. And the break room is where we all come together. It's like we take a break from our desk and we go into the break room and we want something cold, sweet, salty, or hot, right? Those are like the things you want. And the fact that Quench offers everything from ice to hot coffee is amazing. And honestly, coffee is the new lifestyle, right? You want that cute coffee cup, cute lattes, you want, any and everything. But the fact that we save our customers money by offering that in the portal is great. Like a lot of people didn't know we sold like break room essentials. So I wanted to bring that to this podcast because I want our customers to know we can be the one-stop shop for your break room essentials if you allow us to, right? I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, one of the exciting things that we're doing here in the beginning of December is you're about to see a lot more snacks appear on the portal. Up until now, we've had some granola bars and soup and things like that.
Oatmeal. Yeah, yeah.
Oatmeal, but come December, you're going to see a lot more of like the kind bars. You're going to see that you can buy things that's like Swedish fish. You'll be able to buy like mixed packs of like chips and things like that.
Yeah.
Because in the past we've had pretzels, goldfish, and Twizzlers, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But we do realize, especially through our route coffee customers ask for a lot more, and so we figured that our portal customers, the people who order through our portal, probably want more as well. And so we're excited to start offering some of those snacks as well. We're working with a premium brand called Pop Daddy. They do popcorn and pretzels that are going to be good. We're going to add them as well. And we also just started offering a premium coffee brand called Death Wish Coffee, trying to elevate what people can order for their break rooms. And to your
Okay.
whole point, espresso. We got in with an espresso this year, and that really is elevating our service out there.
And we have some exclusive flavors just for Quench, right? For the Nespresso machine.
So that's absolutely right. Actually, through the end of the year, we are the only ones out there who, besides Nespresso, who are offering Starbucks Nespresso pods. Everyone else will be allowed to do it come 2024, but through the end of the year, we worked with Nespresso that we're the only ones offering that right now. And so in the commercial area, like you can find these at home because I find them walking through Target all the time, but those
Yeah.
won't work in our machines.
That's crazy.
So
I'm drinking one of the holiday blend
there.
espresso. Got it from Costco. Couldn't really find it in many other places, but yeah, that is pretty cool because but I'm back to the snacks. The fact that companies can absorb the cost of their employees without having to go and stop and stock up on snacks to bring with their lunch and they can actually buy it for them, it makes those employees and team members want to come to work and they don't have to spend that extra $10 to provide themselves a breakfast, a lunch, or a snack or something like that. So the fact that Quench thinks outside of the box actually all what has made me, appreciate working for Quench. So that is amazing to hear. And we got the exclusive right here on the podcast.
And I agree with you. I mean, the coffee and the snacks in general. You're right. I could go out of my way and spend $5 at Dunkin' every day, but the fact that I save that 10 minutes that I would have to go to Dunkin' anyways, and the money, and I can get it all at my break room, is awesome. Now, a lot of companies are trying to entice people to come back into the office, and so this is one of the ways they're going to be able to entice people. Is, hey, we've got premium coffee you can have while you're here. Hey, we've got snacks that you can have while you're here, and things like that. So that's what we're really starting to see.
I agree. And you just spoke on a lot of the coffees. Kind of go over some of those coffee flavors for like the holidays, and the upcoming new year.
Yeah. So, when fall came around, we, of course, they actually make us start ordering our pumpkin spice type stuff in June. Because they know that they're going to go through a lot of it. So for that, of course, for here we had the pumpkin spice, and a few other fall flavors in there. Let me
I
see
love
here.
pumpkin. I love my PSL.
Yeah, yeah. So we also have maple pecan. That's another one that's a seasonal. We have Mick Cafe, which is McDonald's coffee.
McDonald's.
That we have a toffee almond. And then we start getting into some of the Christmas blends. So we got the dark chocolate hazelnut. We've got the hot cocos. Green Mountain is doing a cinnamon sugar cookie this year.
Ooh.
The original donut shop's doing a red velvet latte, which could be good in a K
Ooh.
cup version. And then, of course, Dunkin's doing a polar peppermint, and Swiss Miss is doing actually a peppermint hot cocoa as well. So we've got all of those things in or coming in to make available for people on the holidays here.
That is amazing. The fact that we just don't have like mild regular roads. Most offices have like two options. We have an array of things and we keep the theme and we make sure we have flavors for each season. So, that makes me happy too. I know my first podcast I spoke with Megan, and we talked about a lifestyle, and Quench does that. It gives us that lifestyle for those cute water bottles, but you need to make sure what's in your water bottle is quality, and the same thing goes for all of your coffee. There has to be quality in your cup. That's how I'll put it. Quality in your cup.
Well, and that's absolutely right. The whole reason coffee fits into Quench is because, to your point, use good grounds, right? Good
Mhm.
coffee makes good coffee, but good water makes good coffee as well. Is really what it comes down to. I mean, you really have five factors that go into making a good cup of coffee, and the first one forefront is good water. You got to use good grounds. You have to have a good amount of time in which the water that you're using to brew can saturate the coffee grounds, which is important. And that's actually what our pod brewers, our Quench 166, does really well. It works by having a brewing shower head almost. So instead of like a Keurig where it's got one stream that goes down and mixes in with the coffee, the pod brewer has like a shower head that's got like 15 different little places that water comes out of on the top, and that allows it to really get in between the coffee grounds and get out that
Mm.
that aroma, because the aroma is just as important as the flavor when it comes to coffee.
Yes, it is.
And then like I said, the ability to extract that, and then we use pulse brewing technology as well, where hey, you kind of hit the coffee with some water, you let it brew, then you hit it again, and that allows you to extract even more flavor and more taste with it. And then lastly, all of our brewers are set to a certain temperature, because to make coffee right, you got to have the right temperature. You can't have it scalding hot at 230 degrees, 240 degrees. It's going to
Right.
burn. If you have it too low, 160, 170, that's absolutely not going to work, because by the time people get halfway done with their cup, it's cold. So
Right.
all of our brewers are set for that, that maximum extraction and everything else at about 195 degrees. So to your point, we really do try to make sure we got good quality coffee, good quality water, and good quality machines to help produce the best cup of coffee out there.
That's amazing. And the fact that we take the time to think about our customers, and again the quality of coffee that they have in the office, that just shows that Quench is your one-stop shop for ice, water, coffee, and all your beverages and snacks coming. We talk about all of the flavors and all what we offer. How can our Quench customers order these products?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's really three ways that the customers can really get the products. One is a subset, and I call it a subset because so we have two types of coffee business. We have a pick, pack, and ship business where you order and we ship your coffee out of our Texas warehouse. We also have route delivery service. Now, this is only in certain markets. It's in Greenville, South Carolina. It's in Columbia, South Carolina. It's in Fort Mill, Delaware. And if anybody's interested, we'd be happy to produce that full list. But those customers can sign up, and we will literally have a route driver stop by once every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever is deemed necessary, and and drop off and fill up the pantry. So that customer doesn't even need to think about it. That driver goes in, he knows where everything is. He looks in, he goes, okay, you've got one box of hot chocolate. It's winter. You should have two boxes. So I'm going to stock you up with another box. And that really is the easiest for the customers.
That is.
Is to be able to go that way with it. Now, for our customers who aren't in the route areas, there's two ways you can really do it. We really encourage everybody to use the portal as much as possible. It will tell you what we currently have in stock. It'll give you the most up-to-date products. It has all the pricing on there. And so we really encourage people to go into the portal and either pick individually each month, or you can set yourself up on an auto shipment. So if you know that every month you want to get 2 sets of regular coffee, 1 set of decaf, and 1 set of flavored, along with sugars and creamers, you can set that up to be sent every month to yourself. But if you want to go in each month and choose, because hey, let's say you want to get that Dunkin' Donuts Polar Peppermint, or you want to get the Swiss Miss Peppermint,
Yeah.
you can go in and pick that as well. And then lastly, for those who still aren't comfortable using the portal, they can still always email coffee@quenchwater.com, and somebody from our consumables team will be happy to get the order and enter it in for the customer is what it comes down to.
That's amazing. We have a customer care team that specifically specializes in our coffee and our consumables. Quick question. If they don't have a coffee unit with us, can they still order from the portal?
As long as they have a D number and can log in, they are absolutely free to order coffee and anything else from us.
That's amazing. I mean, and we do have customers who have our ice and water machines and don't have coffee. But if you don't, make sure listen to this podcast and take all the information and order a Quench coffee unit. But if you don't have one and you just have your own, you can definitely, like Derek said, you can order through our portal. And there's a lot of great break room essentials, which is amazing. Can you provide stats on the positive impact our products have? Not just in the office, but on the environment.
Yeah, so we are absolutely working all the time with our current vendors to ensure that we are being as responsible as possible. So I will tell you right off the bat, our pod brewers, the Quench 166, and the pods we use there, those pods are compostable. They are as environmentally friendly as you can get, is what it comes down to. Once that pod is done in the machine, it could be thrown out in a garden and it will help actually fertilize that garden, because those coffee grounds are great to use, and the filter that it's used will biodegrade as well. Now, the one thing that everyone's always brought up is that, oh, those foil packages on the outside are not recyclable. Well, we've been working with vendors to make sure that we can get those foil packages being recyclable. So right off the bat, those pod brewers are extremely recyclable, and we can now recycle the entire thing and the cardboard box it comes in as well. That's also one of the exciting things about Nespresso. Nespresso has an entire recycling program. In fact, Nespresso provides a free bag or a box, depending on how many you're going through, with pre-ship labels on it. You dump your empty pods into there, and it gets sent back to Nespresso. And from there, Nespresso has a machine. It's actually a pretty cool machine that they put these empty pods in, and the machine actually separates out the tin foil used in the pods from the grounds. And they are able to then take that tin foil and turn it back into other things. So they're recycling the tin foil, and then they're using the grounds for composting. So Nespresso is really big on ensuring that that there is a recycling program and making it as easy as possible for people to be able to utilize it.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
Keurig is a little behind the times. Don't get me wrong; they've worked really hard. Their K cups were not recyclable a few years ago. They are now. It's a little more difficult because it can't go in a regular recycling bin, but Keurig is coming out with a program very much like Nespresso, where they're going to give you a box that you can put your empty K cups in and send it back, and they will take care of most of the recycling. So we're working with Keurig on how we can implement that, because we do think that will be an important thing that we can really get out there and help our customers feel that they're making an environmental impact there.
And that's great that Quench we kind we find these vendors who match our same sustainability approach to the environment and for our customers. So that just shows you just how much, again, how Quench thinks about our customers, our environment. It makes it a great place to work for, but also a great place for our customers to buy their products and definitely now coffee, snacks, and and adjacent to our water coolers and ice units. So that is just amazing. Um, is there anything that you would like to tell any of our coffee customers, our potential coffee customers? Any last words you would like to give here on the Water Cooler Talk podcast?
Just that we are, we're excited to continue to grow the coffee business. So right now, we've got 15 full-time drivers who do the route business. We actually just purchased a company down in Florida called Neighbors Coffee, who we've brought on board, who serves a bunch of customers in Miami. On top of that, we've got 9 team members on the consumables team on the back end too, which is led by Ebony Struther. And they are always willing to help and always willing to get customers what they need and make sure they get what they need. And it truly is a team effort because supply chain, Tim Brown and his team down there in Texas really help make this happen. So does Tim Peterson, who's helping us get these things ordered and make sure we stay in stock for our customers. Marketing helps out with ensuring that we've got the right stuff out there on the web and make sure we have the right stuff going out in emails to share with customers. And so it really is a team effort, and Quench really is invested in making sure that we can have a great coffee program because they truly do see how it fits in with the break room solutions that go along with water and ice and sparkling. And so we're really excited to continue growing this and to continue to support our customers. And then the last thing that I would say is just everybody should give Nespresso a try. We've got some of the best Nespresso pricing out there. And to your point, it makes a great cup of coffee. So if anybody wants to try it, we should absolutely let our customers give the Nespresso a try because I think we'll get some customers that get hooked on it.
Well, thank you so much, Derek. You have enlightened our listeners and also our current and potential customers. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and happy holidays.
Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it, and
All
happy
right.
holidays to you.
Bye, Derek.
Bye.